So let's look at what is ADHD for those who were not here. Some of you were here, so I'm not going to go through that exercise all over again. Okay. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Now, for those of us that are used to the word ADD, right? They are all under this classification right now. You can see it, ADD. So you have attention, you have hyperactivity, impulsive, and you have those who have everything. So when you hear ADHD, it means that umbrella covering it. So first of all, what types do we have? Inattentive, hyperactivity, impulsive, and combined, like I said. So what will it look like in your classroom? What will you see? And I'm using this word intentionally. What will it look like? I'm not saying what is it? Interpretation. I'm not talking about interpretation. I'm talking about what are you seeing? And I'll tell you why as we go along, right? For inattention, that's what you will see. Some of the things you will see. Forgetfulness, they don't lie. They are not lying to you. If they take a lie detector test, they will pass it because they are not lying. They forgot. So, and I'm emphasizing this because I've seen people who have ADHD say the most traumatic thing about their childhood and being in school is that people call them liars. Excessive talking. It takes a lot of energy to talk. So they just don't want to keep talking because they want to talk. Inability to stay seated. Crisscross applesauce. I did it when I was in kindergarten. Today I'm this old. I still hear crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce, we'll go back to research, was factory mentality. Precision, focused. Now those factories have robots moving around, not sitting still again. Even the robots, the machines are moving, but schools are still crissing and crossing and applesaucing. A wise person once said, disability does not create disability. It's the environment that creates disability. Somebody decided this room is going to be like this because everybody needs this light to see. So if I don't need this light to see, who is disabled? You get it? That's, you see, I'll break this down as we continue. If we don't understand these little principles, then most times we feel attacked when somebody says it's not working for this kid. We're like, oh, I did this, all the kids are getting it. Yes, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just like the box was built before we knew the sizes of the shoes. Now the shoe is coming, it can't fit into the box. What do? It's either you reshape the box to fit the shoe or you lose the contract. Yeah. So we need to be conscious of that. Acting without thinking, very risky behavior. It's part of it. So when you see some of these things and you walk into the classroom, like you see some of our classroom rules, what comes to my mind, forgive me, when I see those type of rules, it's like telling somebody who has a cold not to sneeze. You can only tell somebody who has a cold or has an allergy not to come to work. You can't tell the person not to sneeze. The person is going to sneeze, right? And that's what we do unconsciously to kids like that. So knowing this is critical. Talk about the statistics because most times most people say it doesn't exist. It's just, they are just making up stuff, right? Oh, they just want to medicate kids, right? Right? I'm not, there are exceptions to everything. People take advantage of every situation. But this is the statistics, right? 7 million. And see, I've ever been diagnosed. And this is CDC. Data set. It's not just CDC, a lot of research and all that. And I always use CDC because it's easier for you to, it's public knowledge, public information. Google it, you see it, right? ever been diagnosed? What about those that are in denial? What about those who don't have the opportunity of being diagnosed? Right? Now, out of this number, 2 million have had ADHD specific treatment, either behavioral or medical, no treatment at all. Right? So, I just put in that there because people, every time we talk about ADHD, most people are thinking boys. That's a myth. Girls have it. The key is, at times, our stereotypical way of defining gender tends to mask what we see and how we interpret it. And also, research shows that females have more of the ADD presentation. So you have that cute girl in your classroom that follows all the rules. And so she's okay, but she's struggling with organizing stuff. She's struggling with those tiny things that can make her successful in your classroom. You cannot place the two together. Now, why did I say describe? We cannot diagnose. We don't have the power to diagnose anybody. That somebody is presenting these symptoms doesn't mean the person has ADHD. You want to see me with 2 cups of coffee without sugar and milk? Right? If you see me in that mood, you'll be like, oh my goodness, is he okay? That doesn't mean I have it. Right? Trauma can have some of these characteristics that we displayed there, right? Now some of you wonder, why are people not doing or knowing what to do? Go back to the definition. Do you see any positive in that definition? There's no positive. But this is what I'll leave you with before I get into building relationships. Google famous people with ADHD. Start from there. Then you will see that's one of the greatest brain that we ever have. The only problem is the ability, the control, like Dr. Hallowell puts it correctly. It's like a Ferrari engine. The brain is like a Ferrari engine with bicycle brakes. Don't fix the brain because you don't need to fix the Ferrari engine. Fix the brakes. Strategies on how they can manage and be winners because that brain is designed to win. Make sense? I will leave it there